Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Yolanda Bruce and you're watching Body, Mind, and Soul. So this is our monthly read for Cancer for August 2020. So we're doing all these. I still have the other half to do, so I'm trying to finish up for the end of the month. So this is for you guys for Cancer, August 2020. And Lord, seeking wisdom and guidance for the Cancer people, please give us insight into the energy that will be presenting itself or what they need to be aware of in the month of August 2020. So we're going to be doing a Celtic cross with our Light Seers deck, and we're going to do some clarifying cards, see what's happening with some love. This is the deck we're using, the Light Seers deck. So we're going to go ahead and do that in just a second. This is for your sun, moon, or rising. Remember, your sun is your core. Your rising sun is going to be your day-to-day aspects. Or if you're going to be reading a horoscope in the newspaper, I would definitely read your rising sun. Your moon is how you're going to deal with things, your emotional state and your emotional levels and how you see things, okay? So those are things you can look up and find out. But if you only know your sun sign, you can go with your sun sign. So this month ahead, we've had a lot of influence with mercurial energy because we had a retrograde, and it was a very deep, and I've been telling everybody on my videos, it was a very deep retrograde because there was extra planets that were digging very deep. It had a Six of Cups energy, which is talking about past things. So something in your past that's been very, 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 very deep, that's something you were holding on to, pain, suffering, whatever, is coming up to the top because we are finishing a new cycle of Earth, which has been here for about 150 years. We're going into air energy, which is going to be happening at the end of the year. So what's happening is this transition is wrapping up cycles. So a lot of people are getting like renewed things, letting go. So we're going to see what yours is. It's important to deal with the things that you are struggling with. And remember, we always talk about the fact that forgiveness is not for somebody else, it's for you, okay? So you have to deal with these things, accept that you did, somebody else did, or there's pain, there's hurt, whatever. And to be able to usher yourself into this new cycle without dragging a bunch of things in, because we have just finished some karmic cycles. That was part of some of the energy, I think, of Saturn and Jupiter. And it was saying that some cycles were closing because we're coming to that end of that 150-year cycle. So it's very important that you close out and you deal with the things that have hurt you in the past, things that have been suppressed, and just in general, releasing all that energy off of you so that you can become the next thing. Now, the other thing that's very common and popular that people are talking about, and it's very showing up in my readings, there is a lot of magic in the sense of creative energy. Intuition is going to be off the charts. Creating new lives off the charts. We're going into a new energy. So you have two different energies overlapping each other. And in this little overlap, it's extra energy. So this new life that you're thinking about, or this thing that you have in your mind, make sure that you're manifesting and creating the life you really want. Don't think on negative things, because right now we're pulling in the new things to lay down the foundations to start us into this new cycle. So what I would say to you is be very careful what you're thinking on and be very sure as to what you want, because the energy will help you get it. So it's kind of like that thing, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Take that as a word of advice. Make sure that you're really looking at what is good for you. And if you don't know, ask God to show you what would make you complete, happy, and satisfied, or complete and make you feel at peace. Okay? This is going to be for Cancer, August 2020, overall energy and reading. Thank you, Lord. Give us safe guidance, light. Lord, I pray that you would be with us as we read this for clear intentions and things that are happening. Thank you. So your first energy is the swords, Ace of Swords in reverse. And this was just in one of the other readings I just did. And this is uncertainty. And right now, it's a common thread of uncertainty, not knowing where things are going to be. Because usually Ace of Swords in the upright is talking about clarity, but you have got uncertainty. Then you've got 4 or 7 of Wands. but you have it in reverse. And usually Seven of Wands is dealing with defending what you believe. But I feel like, let me see what she says about Seven of Wands. I feel like in the reverse, it could be that you're getting, okay, so defending yourself, being attacked, being misunderstood, a need to erect an energetic boundary, a lack of preparation, and giving up. So people, there's not a lot of clarity, and it looks like the problem that's going to be is that you're being attacked, and you're going to be wanting to put up barriers for protection, okay? And I think that this is because of this change that's happening, and maybe you stand for something that other people don't. This is your past. This is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords, 5 is usually lack, suffering, and grieving. Let's see, the Five of Swords in her book, because this is a different one that I've been working with. Conflict, unfair advantage, experiencing loss, the need to build your skills and your confidence, hollow victory. So this was the past. The new energy is that you're unsure where things are going to be going. Your future energy is you're leaving behind the difficult times. Okay, so this is walking away, but it's also talking about that you're leaving the things, all these like indecisions and the unclarity, that the future is good because you're leaving that stuff behind. You're conquering it. You're coming out of these difficult times, okay, which is great. Being open to love. This is your above. So this defense thing must be something to deal with how you're dealing with love. Being in love with love is the card. It's the energy of bringing things in and being willing to accept it, okay? So maybe there's a new friendship, a new relationship, new feelings, but you're receiving it and you're willing to receive it. You're not blocking it, okay? And remember, I said there's a lot of intuition. So this is your underneath. And this is Queen of Wands. And usually Queen of Wands is very intuitive. But I want to see if maybe this is, in this deck, if what it's standing for in the reverse. Jealousy, being afraid to take a risk, not being totally honest with yourself. So this might be self-denial. An optimal time to build your self-confidence and to let go of what other people think. Waning passion. So yeah, because remember, this is defending and putting up barriers. So be careful that you don't allow this energy to take you down. Here is your personal energy. And Nine of Swords is dealing with unneeded worry. Okay? Stress, nightmares. And in the reverse, usually it means that it's dissipating or you're coming out of it. It could also be that you are feeling probably drained from it. It says difficulties, accepting help, resistance to change, transitions, carrying baggage and weight from your past. So you are still holding on to these things. Remember I talked about those things that you need to let go. This is saying it's not created worry. It's you just are holding your baggage. You're holding your anger. You're holding your things. This is your outside energy, your Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is hard work and reaping the rewards of it. And it is in the upright. So the outside energy is putting in that extra work and seeing maybe some of the results from the things that you're doing are coming in. And it's coming back to you from outside sources, the help, because it said having difficult receiving help. Maybe the energy is coming in. We'll see how it all plays, but this is how the cards are laying right now. Page of Cups is your hopes or fears. And I want to read this to see because it's in the reverse. And I want you to understand what's going on. So in the reverse, it's talking about missing the signs, being overly sensitive, displaying childish emotions, blocked creativity. So I think you're scared that you're not being able to create and you want to be able to do things and think on things. Let me see. Because in the upright, a dreamer, serendipity, creativity, new, unexpected things, magic, synchronicity, open and joyful heart. I think that's what you want, but I think you fear because of whatever's going on. I feel like you're kind of like, I don't want to say negative, but you're just kind of like, things just really aren't going where you want. And then your outcome is the King of Swords. So you're going to have a little bit of an emotional month, I feel like. It's going to be some head stuff. Because swords, people don't like to get swords, but swords are good because they cut away the crap that isn't no longer needed. So in the reversed, because you are putting up your boundaries, because remember, you're 7, the situation of the energy is going to be defending yourself, putting up boundaries, protecting yourself, or becoming too protective. And it says manipulation and conceit, showing off your intelligence, can indicate a rigidness in thinking, tendencies to over control, irritability, irrationality, being cold and calculating. Okay, so because this is happening and you're having to defend yourself, or people are like, you feel like you're attacking you, or you feel like you have to put this protection, you might get a little like, this is my word, you might get a little crotchety during that month, and they might really just start to get on your nerves. I really feel like that's what's going to be happening. Yeah, your overall energy, this is why, because you're trying to grow something. 7 of Pentacles is planting a seed and helping it grow, putting in the hard work. And you've got 6 of Cups in reverse. So there's some stuff in your family, your childhood, your past. And it's when it's in reverse, it's usually seeing things in a different light, maybe not in a good light, or it's like bad memories or things from your past. And then you got the Fool card in reverse, which is talking about a new thing, but it's going into it like not innocent, stupidly, or you're I'm trying to think of the word. It's not innocence, ignorance. You have an ignorance. And then you got some pain. So there's some stuff that you're going to be dealing with. Now, 3 of Swords deals with pain, but healing pain and your dark sides and pulling it out. And I think that this card is going to be what's going to be some of the issues. And I think that you've got some past things. You've got blocked creativity. I feel like you're blocked. You got a big load on your shoulders. But then you've got the Sun. So maybe something's going to come in. Some rapid movement, some new things you're going toward, and then this is undecisiveness and not knowing. That's like that clarity part. But then you got some luxury and some conservation coming out of Hanged Man. Oh yeah, and then you have your Tower. And then Judgment is accepting who you are. And then right after you got Death, Birth. Yeah, you got something coming up. Oh, some new emotions coming in. Rest. Coming out of discontentment. Yeah, I think that this month you're going to be coming into some things that might not be so pretty to have to deal with, and you might be doing things differently than people think you should be doing it, and you just are going to be at the point of you're like, you know what, if you're going to hurt me, just don't come around. Or you're going to be kind of cracky and snacky and like snippy at people because you're just tired of dealing with it. I think that's really what the energy is like. Man, you've been messing with me. This is what I want in my life. You need to just step off. Okay, that's like the energy I'm feeling. So let's see what we have for your spirit that you need to carry for this month. There's one. What kind of spirit does Cancer need to carry for this month? Dealing with the things that they're going to be going through. What do they need to keep in mind for their spirit for this month? We got a lot of cards similar to the other one we just did. What does Cancer need to be aware of in spirit? Try to get a couple more. Do you have any more cards for Cancer for their spirit for this month coming up in August? Nope, I think that's it. Okay. So what we have, first one is Horse Spirit. Freedom is yours. Releasing yourself from things that have held you bondage. This is what we talked about. You're defending yourself, you're changing, you're doing something you want, and I don't think people want to let go of it, but it's in your hands. This is your next one, Rhino Spirit, overcoming any obstacle. Act as if, the Chameleon Spirit, that's like, just fake it until you make it, you know, just get through it. You don't want to react, because I think this is what it's saying. Like, people are going to be messing with you, people are going to be agitating you. Oh yeah, and it says claim your independence. Who's got you? Something's got you held. Because you got the cat spirit and the horse spirit. One is claim your independence and freedom is yours. So either you are being released from something, or something has held you for long enough, and it's time for you to let go of it and get that freedom that you want. And then overcoming any obstacle. So I feel like whatever's coming for this month, and probably into the next couple months, there's going to be a releasing or giving you freedom and doing what you want. Because I think that you've been not really totally doing what you want. You've been doing what you feel you should be doing. But there's like, either you are craving independence and freedom, or something's being given to you. It just is coming up and it's releasing you. It don't look like people are too happy with what you've become or where you're going, but that's okay. It looks like you need your freedom, and it's coming. Or you're being released from something that, like a karmic bondage. I feel like you could be letting go, or it could be letting go of you, because remember those cycles I said we're finishing. Cancer with love. Whew. So it threw out 2 cards. So let's see what we got here. So we've got calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualization. Oh my gosh, it's late. I can't even speak. And visualizations help bring you together. Okay, so this could be maybe for your single people. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, so you might be getting some freedom in a sense of relationships. There might be some codependency things that are resolving themselves, or people that are controlling you that you're finally like, whoa, like you're seeing it finally, like this isn't right, and you're releasing yourself. Or you've gotten to a point that you're calling in this next person that's supposed to come in, and the red flags are going to start being aware, because your mind is then being pulled toward this new person or this new energy, and it could be a friend. This friend you could be calling in this friend. It could be just a friend, not even necessarily a romantic partner. But if you call in this friend and they become a part of your life, they could also be bringing in red flags with them, or they could make you see the red flags that you didn't see before. Red flags are things that don't seem right in your gut. It's telling you to listen, okay? So whatever's going on, I don't know what your situation is. So Cancer, what do we have for word cards? This is the Sacred Destiny deck. What kind of words do we need for this month ahead? What do you want them to know, Lord, about this month ahead for August 2020 for Cancer? Stubbornness, that's what it's saying. Please give me some cards. Ooh, there's one. Opportunity. I'm probably just being too stiff. I'm tired. Yeah. Forgiveness. I'll show you these in a minute. Yeah. You might have to forgive yourself or somebody else. Remember, forgiveness is not for somebody else. It's for you. Do you have any other cards for my Cancers for this month? What does this one say? Purification. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that one. Do you have one more card? New beginnings. Yeah, let's see if there's anything else. New beginnings for a lot of people. If you're being freedom and you're being released, then there's a new beginning, because freedom means it's a new thing. Okay? Yeah, that's it. Okay. So your first one is opportunity. So there's an opportunity coming up for you. You've got forgiveness, and that could be for you or them, okay? Because with that forgiveness is purification, because you need to clean out. This is like talking about, this is exactly, oh my goodness, your thing is like exactly what's happening. But I'm going to do it in a different way. With the forgiveness, you purify your life, allowing new beginnings to come in, which brings you the opportunity. Okay? So you need to take this time and you need to evaluate what you need to forgive, whether it's you or somebody else. And you need to cleanse this time, because this next cycle needs to come in. And like I said, you don't want to be dragging in old energy, and you don't want to inhibit it because you're scared of change. Embrace it. It's coming in. But all the things that have hurt you in the past, they're not yours to keep. Let them go. I know that it hurts and people have wronged you, and cancers have a tendency to have a lot of friggin' baggage. Okay, I'm sorry. They deal with a lot of stuff, they put up with a lot of stuff, and then they may not hold it against you, but they just hold on to their crap, and they really just don't like when you do it, but they're not going to say nothing. They're just going to hate you privately. They're just going to be mad at you privately, and they don't like the way you are, but then they hold on to it. And then it becomes bitterness if you're not careful. And that's why when they talk about it in the Bible, that forgiveness is never meant to be like, oh, it's okay, that person did it, you need to just let it go. No, it's forgiveness is for you so you can release it, so it doesn't become bitterness and then separate you because you're so angry that God can't help you because you can't hear anything, because all you hear is your anger and your bitterness, and you can't receive any blessings because all you're doing is holding on to your pain and your misery. Okay? Cancer, you're good at that. Sorry. But it doesn't affect you in the regular life, but in the long term, it affects you because you're just so busy being like, oh, that person was just a jerk to me, you know. They did this, but you just don't want to hurt nobody. You stay in situations. So these cards are the Osho Zen, and these cards have been to explain what's happening in your reading. So I just let the cards fall out, and then we'll look and see what we have. So what do we have? Ooh, they want to talk. What do we have for Cancer pertaining to this reading? Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, you got some personal crap going on here. You got some self-forgiveness, looks like it's going on here. Ooh. Alright, I think we're going to do a couple more and see what happens. These cards are nice and slippery, so they pop really easy. All right, do we have any more cards for Cancers? No, I think we're good. You had a whole bunch pop out. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull them. We got intensity. Okay, we'll just look at what we have first and then we'll put them together. You've got sharing, slowing down, sorrow. That might be your Three of Swords that you got. Sorry, I couldn't think. Schizophrenia. I'll go over these in just a minute. Nothingness. Guilt. Transformation. Okay, yeah. So let's put these in order. Alright, let's see. Alright, so this is how I'm seeing it, because I use these cards to kind of say like a little story or understand. So, schizophrenia is your mind. Schizophrenia is a lot to deal with. And you've got guilt. So, the guilt could be things that you've done in your past that are causing you this schizophrenia, okay? Or this needing to forgive yourself, which then causes you to have a sorrow, okay? And a sadness Because I feel like there's a part of you that feels like the things you've done, you have trouble even forgiving yourself for them. Even though they're from your past and you're not that person, you did them. And you remember them, okay? So you need to slow down. And this nothingness is because of your guilt and your sorrow. And by slowing down and creating, I feel if you create this nothingness and you remove this stuff, this is when you can see the transformation happening, the intensity of it, and then you get this sharing of what you have done. Because you are showing a new cycle, a new thing happening. And I think that it's coming from finally being overwhelmed, because this last retrograde just brought the deepest crap that was shoved down so deep that you may have forgotten about it, you may have wanted to forget about it, and it's up in the surface, and now is the time you have to deal with it. You have to understand it, put it down, let it go, ask for forgiveness for yourself or somebody else, whatever the case. But whatever's popped up and is in there and it's causing you this thing is because it's time to deal with it, because the cycle has completed. And I'm telling you, you have to deal with this so this next cycle can come in and be a great transforming thing for you. This is the Crow deck, the next one we're using. And this is my finishing card, because this, I like the way she says things. The Hanged Man. Let's see if you have another one. Do you have another card for Cancer? I think that's your card. Oh, there's another one. Whew. Strength. So I think you're going to have the strength to do it. And you want this Ten of Pentacles. That was the other one that came out. The Ten of Pentacles. So this is your card that popped out. So this is your advice card. And this is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is a place of being flipped upside down and being ready to listen to what the spirit of the life has to tell you. Delay, letting go, waiting to decide. Okay? And this is a water element, and you are water. So, the crow hangs from the blossoming cherry tree, allowing his wings to fall in complete surrender. Okay? There's something you're dealing with that you need to surrender to completely. He stays still, leaning into the position and allowing the blood to rush into and nourish his brain. Away from the ruckus noises of the roost, he has let go and is at peace. It is in the silence he will discover the answers he needs to help move a project or desire forward. The Hanged Man asks that you put the situation or plan on pause so that you can look at it from a different angle. There may be a vital element that you are missing, and the result may be a longer delay. The Hanged Man may suggest getting away from the situation both mentally and physically so that you can recharge your energy and approach the issue with a renewed vitality. This card may also represent a project put on hold due to an external force that's out of your control. The only course of action is to wait patiently. So I think there's going to be a delay. This is the other thing. August is going to be a slow month, a quiet month, a delay month, a ponder month, get your shit together month, okay? This is coming out across the board when I'm doing these, because remember, I do these for healing. I do these for the betterment of you. So it's not about your fortune. It's not about making money. This is about you as a person. So I'm going to read the reverse because this might be pertaining to some people and give them advice. In contrast, the reversed Hanged Man feels as though he has been putting in too much effort compared to the amount of success he is seeing. It may also point to a person who has lost faith in his or her idea and is ready to give up without doing the necessary spiritual work that would help in finding the solutions. So I think that if you are at that point in your life and you're struggling and you're fighting and you're defending yourself, I think what it's saying is you're going to go into Hangman because you just need to rebuild your energy source so you can keep going. And look at the situation maybe from a different angle. And because you're like, it sounds like you're going to be just agitated to the point that you just want to stab somebody with your sword. Because remember, you were King of Swords. Take this month and ask God to help you to find out what is the root of the problem. What is this thing that is coming up that I need to deal with? What do I need to see that I'm not seeing? Because this is what I'm feeling like. You are not seeing a certain part, or I've gotten a little sidetracked, or you're ready to give up because you're just tired, okay? You're just plain tired, emotionally, physically. You're putting in to do something and maybe it's just not coming out the way you want, or people just aren't responding, and you're ready to give up and just say, what the heck, whatever. And it sounds like God doesn't want you to do that. He wants you to go within. But I think part of it is dealing with this thing that you're not wanting to deal with. I have no idea what you're dealing with, but whatever it is, there's something you're trying to not deal with or not accept, or you're looking at it in a certain way, or you've done something, or in the past you have guilt or something you've done and you feel like that you can't move forward, and you can. Okay, so this is a time to be silent and praying to God, and then see if He's speaking to you, see if you get some clarity, or just praying for an open mind to be able to see what you need to do. Guys, this was your quick read. It's a monthly read, but we do come out with other reads. So if this did help you or it resonated, please hit that like button. And if you want to get the other readings that come through, put subscribe and it'll show you when new videos come up. I usually do a monthly reading, and then I do a little like in between readings to kind of give you some extra stuff to look at through the month. Guys, have a great one. We'll see you soon.